Ooh, good morning, folks. So, I have something juicy and good today. I am checking my audio. All right. It's shitty as normal, but it is working. Real echoey because I put tile around my entire office and it looks really good. My office is called the Neon Ocean. I have Wi-Fi controlled fans and the TVs and everything, and it's a little dusty and kind of like unused right now. But at one time it was epic, and at another time it will be epic again. It's just like I'm in a holding pattern. I'm in a hiatus right now. The pandemic of policies in 2020 destroyed everything, which is the intentions of the policies in 2020. So, but we're building back now. We persevered. But I have something today. I have something to talk about. And I mean anybody who's in the crypto and the red pill and the golden age, MAGA, Anons, like we're all working at different angles, chipping away at this big old mountain. And let me tell you, it's starting to take shape. It has a definite shape of what is happening in reality. And to go even further than that, um, it's the focus of our minds coming together are what is chipping away at this mountain and making it make shape. The focus of our minds, the signals have a burning desire, a phoenix fire to get out. That's the signal that's causing the change in reality. It's the burning phoenix fire within you that's manifesting this. That's the scaffolding that's making the potentialities, the wave functions collapse onto the scaffolding. And the scaffolding is the signal, which is your burning phoenix fire desire to find out what reality is, to see through, to get through the noise. And we have the tools, capability, and willpower to do it. And we are doing it. I'm here to say it is happening right now. I had a shirt I was saving to wear, and for some reason, my subconscious told me to wear it today. My XRP shirt. It has a spaceman, out in space touching the moon, and it says XRP on it. And for some reason, I've been saving it for months. Like today was the day to wear it. I told my brain, okay, I will. So, and now that made me do this video. So something is happening. I don't know what. I'm just here to, use my little chisel on this ginormous mountain of reality to show you what I see. And I love it. And I love you, fam. So the demons, the devil's fiat note is in trouble. Global wide, the it's not even a fiat experiment. We already know 5, 6, 7 times throughout history what happens to fiat currency. It always inflates to infinity, and its purchasing power always goes to zero. Everyone knows that. It always happens. It's happened 5, 6, 7 times before. Countries collapse because they're on the demon fiat. Here we are again. But this time, we have some bulwark. We have the technology, the timing, the willpower. We have actually good people, actually righteous people at the helm, developing the castles and the tools that are necessary to protect good people in the new reality. And I'm here to explain a tiny little chunk of it. But as you can see, the crude oil prices are rising. JPY per USD is rising. If that hits 161, 162, I mean, Japan's in trouble now. They can't not know that. Well, that's not what I wanted to say. But next Sunday, not this Sunday, what is it? Yeah, this Sunday coming up, which is Monday to them, or maybe it's Monday, which would be Tuesday for us, or I can't. One of those days around Sunday night, my usual Sunday night broadcast around that time, Japan's going to have a meeting on, and they're saying they're just going to raise interest rates, 0.25%, which is not enough. And so, and they've never had an emergency meeting. So when the Iran war is back on, they shot down one of our dang Apaches helicopters, and now we got to do some dumb stuff to them. We knocked out their communications. They're gonna cut the cables, like they're gonna cut the undersea cables, and that's gonna cause some more theater, and then that's gonna cause some theater after that. Then you're gonna go to intermission, and then you're gonna go to Act Three after you get your popcorns, and there's gonna be just some more stories and narratives after that. So I'm here to see through. I'm here to cut through the noise and show you a little bit of the base layer of reality, of this reality, which still might be, a rug pull of there might not be the real reality. It might not be reality prime. No way of knowing. But you gotta keep digging. You gotta keep seeing through. Anyways, okay, we're down to, $13 down a barrel from Sunday, which today is Wednesday. So we're down $13 a barrel from Japan market opening. That's interesting because the numbers didn't change. The numbers are still saying this. I went down a little, 400 yen or 600 yen, which is what, like five? Yeah, it's about $13, 5, 6, $7. Okay, so everything we're seeing, every financial system, every everything since since 1913, of course, and since 10,000 years ago, of course. But let's just start 2019, 2020 as a reference point. The springs have been coiling, the pressure has been building, and like right now, if this was a tea kettle, like all the tea kettles of every vertical of universities, of everything, universities, government, hospitals, the pressure, the tea kettle is whistling like crazy, and it's still getting hotter though. Like the water is boiling, like, and everyone's just complaining about gas, like like it's whistling, and everyone's like, I can't hear the TV, and because the tea kettle's whistling so loud, like you got bigger problems than watching the news right now. But I'm stumbling on something, and it's still in development, of course. And my approach is to show you, because you see the influencers online, they show you the finished product. That's like the last 5-10% of their research, the ones that do research, and they do due diligence, and that is not what I'm doing. I'm showing you the 80 to 95% of the research, the unrefined, unsexy part, the going down the rabbit holes for hours and days and weeks that lead to nothing. And we're rising, baby. But I found something, and I found some little clues, man. So I'm gonna mine that vein and see where it goes. But so this is kind of boring to most consumers who want to be entertained and want flash screens and want good epic music and want what are those thumbnails called, like the shocked thumbnails, like X breaking up, blah blah blah. And sorry to inform you, the things I'm going to tell you are like decades old. And I mean, they're happening right now, like businesses and companies and corporations going live and aren't live yet, but are built and are waiting on things. But it's been planned for years, and we just can't see anything because the tea kettle's boiling and whistling too loud for us to so we could be distracted, and we can't even see the noise. Like we can't even see the narrative. We can't see anything, or that's all we can see. We can't see the movement. We can't see the mountain that we're chipping away. So I zoom out and show you the unsexy part, the 30,000-foot view of the unsexy part of research to show you. I think I see something. as you see, the title of my video is that Trump's building a perpetual motion machine. I call it a perpetual motion energy machine. The law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, conservation of energy says that perpetual motion machines cannot exist because of friction, entropy. The system will always lose energy, usually through heat, and that'll be the waste of energy. Well, Trump figured out a way to bypass the laws of physics, and he's creating a perpetual energy machine. And I broke it down for you. You're welcome. So let me just read my text. I'll read through it, and I should read through it all at once and then go back and start over, but I won't. I'll keep stopping and explaining it and moving back and forth because that's what I do. That's how I think, and it's annoying to most people, and I know that, but nobody else online is talking about this, so that's why I have to do it. So good luck finding somebody else putting this together because there is nobody. So I think Trump is inventing the first, I should have hyphenated, the first self-contained perpetual energy machine. And it's not a little box that you hold in your hand. It's let me try to explain it in this thread. It's not a little box. It's not a battery. It's basically a concept that involves many companies and many mergers across many industries. So this perpetual energy machine involves tens of thousands of people, tens, if not dozens of businesses, mergers, acquisitions, and then many industries, energy, crypto, finance, just on and on and on. And it's awesome. And it will work, and everyone else will copy it. And it's the way of the future. And this is how we get bases on the moon. This is how we go to Mars, is this. And SpaceX, of course, is with it. But just sidetrack really quick. SpaceX, when that goes live soon, that's how they're going to crash the market. They're going to say everyone's sold off, and that's what brought the market down. Because the market's coming down, but they need the narrative. They need the reason. It wasn't our fault. We didn't mess it up for the 15th time in history. It wasn't us. It was Elon. So get ready for that. That's happening within the next couple weeks. But so Trump's building a self-contained perpetual energy machine. And it's not a box. It's not a battery. It's over different locations. It's huge. It's different locations, different companies, different industries. But watch this. So here's how I explain it. I'll break it down because of course, it's an perpetual energy machine. It has a lot of moving parts. And here's some of the parts. And this isn't exhaustive. This isn't all of them. This is just like stage one. 10 hours ago, I'm like, shit, I got to document this. Because all of a sudden it popped in my head. I saw, all of us Anons, all of us MAGA, all of us Truthers, all of us Red Pillars, we're looking at the puzzle, and we don't even know if all the pieces are there. We're pretty sure that some of the pieces fell off the table. We don't know where they're at. So we're trying to organize the remaining pieces, and then we got to, we don't get too myopic, and we got to zoom out and okay, I got that put together. I'm pretty sure that's right. And we don't know if it's right side up or upside down. For an example, that's what we're doing with trying to figure it out. So I got a chunk of, a couple dozen pieces together, and I think I see an image. I think I could tell what this image is. So that's why I'm posting this, and I got to document it. And I know nobody listens to me. Nobody knows. I'm not even verified on X. This is basically for me, myself. So I review in the future, damn, I freaking called it. How did I see so far in the future? And it's not me, you know what I mean? Don't take credit, don't gloat. something's working through me, which only 160.5. We're going. That's the highest it's been, and something's working through me, which I'm allowing. Yeah, that's a new high. The yen per USD just hit a new high. And how long? Ever. What was this? That's a new high. We just hit a new high in forever. So I'm calling it the Phoenix Fire, and I'm concentrating it and willing it to work through me to figure this stuff out. My mind couldn't do this on my own. Like I'm an idiot, but right now I'm a golden idiot. So let's see here. So DJT. See, now I got to go back and I mean anybody who's followed me knows all these terms, but holy shit, it's there's going to be a lot of explaining. So this might be a long video. It'll probably go till I get hungry. All right. Not you. So here's the sauce. Here's the data. Well, let me explain it first. So DJT will merge with TAE Fusion Energy. Let's bring them up because they're about to become important. Or they are important, but they're about to be discussed in the zeitgeist. So we better get you up to speed first before everyone else starts talking about it. So TAE, which I still don't know what that stands for. Oh, it's everywhere. See, it's in your face. So TAE Energy. Dang it, just come back. All right. See, this is this is the unsexy part. I'm not organized. So this is in no specific order, non-chronological, which I need. Oh, I'm going to do a PowerPoint about it. So I got to work this through. This is just take one, document it, and then I'll keep going through it and refining it, and I'll put it in a PowerPoint, and that'll be that, that last 5% refined. That'll be the best video ever. But for people like me who watch that video, you get inspired, then you want to go back to the gritty, unsexy part. Like, how'd they get that? Where'd that come from? This is where all that future video is coming from. This is the nuts and bolts. So DJT will merge with TAE Fusion Energy. Okay, so that's a merger happening right now. So right now, TMTG that's Trump Media and Technology Group. Its ticker is DJT on the NASDAQ. So right now, that's Truth Social, a bunch of different companies, a Bitcoin, Treasury. They're working. It's hard to the map, the web of the map is hard to not jump around, but I'll figure it out. So right now, Truth Social is part of it, but what they're going to do, and I'll show you the sauce for that, they're going to separate Truth Social from the TMTG umbrella and make it a standalone company called SpinCo. So anybody who owns a share of DJT, a verified share, now you're going to get an extra share of SpinCo if you're validated. So that's cool. So that's happening. So these aren't chronological. They're not. It's just some data points right now, and I got to move them and scoot them all around and do a bunch of stuff later. I already said that. So TMTG and Crypto.com started a pure play, which means just one asset, which is Kronos. Treasury called MCGA. So that's Make Kronos Great Again. That's right, chump. Right, chump. So this is Kronos, or this is Trump Media Group Crow Strategy is what it'll be called. And its ticker will be MCGA. But right now it's a SPAC, and it filed its S4, so it will be closing at some point. And all this is ready to go. It's already built, it's already financed, it's already funded. It's already has everything ready. Everything's waiting on the SEC to give the green light. So it's all waiting on something. And of course, that something is BlackRock ETF to drop, and we're going to go into Evernorth. It's going to drop. Evernorth doesn't have specifically what I'm talking about today, but that's going to drop, and that's going to be the vacuum, the the bumper, I can't remember my words. But Evernorth is another pure play digital asset treasury with XRP. It's gonna be the valve to keep XRP at a high and steady price. It's gonna be like a non-demonic Federal Reserve, and it will have reserves. It's the non-demonic version. It'll have assets on it, but it's going to use the escrow of Ripple, the XRP escrow of Ripple, and use that and control that as a valve. And its deep liquidity pool, which Evernorth is a digital asset treasury, they're called DATs, and it will use its reserves to keep XRP high and steady price, or a better because that price is for stocks, for crypto and assets, or settlement assets. Call it liquidity density, the density of XRP, because price, just like market cap, price, we need new terms. We're doing it. We have new assets, new products. We need new terms, and we have to define those terms. So price isn't that good because it's denoted in the demonic fiat, which is gonna go, purchasing power of the fiat's going to zero, inflation's going to infinity. So eventually every fiat is infinity, 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 or zero, zero, zero. That's not helpful. Price is not helpful. They could just print more, then price would be infinity. So not helpful. So we got to call density or some other new term. I'm using density right now. And it won't be denominated in the Bank of London fiat demonic Federal Reserve note. It won't be denominated in that anymore. So I wasn't talking about any of that. But Evernorth is a micro strategy, which is called Strategy B now. MCGA, Evernorth, they're all digital asset treasuries. And they'll all end up on the XRP ledger. And they'll all use Flare to, see, I'm jumping ahead again. They'll all use Flare to get into DeFi to do, whoops, I cracked my knuckles in the mic, sorry. I'll use Flare to enter DeFi. Even Bitcoin will use Flare to enter DeFi to borrow, lend, stake. That will keep Bitcoin. That's the future of Bitcoin. And, well, see, I'm jumping ahead again. All the, nope, I won't jump there. That's an important part. That's the pivot with the thing I didn't say, but I'll say it in a minute. So all these digital asset treasuries, they're all spun up. They're all built. They're all ready to go right now. But they're not. They're holding. They're in a holding pattern, just floating there. And I'll show you why. And also the mystery puzzle piece, which is BlackRock's ETF. That's going to be a massive liquidity vacuum. And here, this is so good. So TMTG, Trump Media and Technology Group, and Crypto.com started a pure play Chronos treasury called MCGA, which is all set to go live. It's ready right now. Evernorth is ready right now. They're all ready to go, but they're waiting. They're waiting on something. Crypto.com will run a Chronos node under MCGA. So Crypto.com, which is an exchange, a worldwide exchange, is partnered with TMTG to start, and they started MCGA, which is still a SPAC, but will go live soon. And Crypto.com, through the papers, could pick, I think it's I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's a majority, 5 out of 9 of the board members, plus they could do they pick the CTO, CFO, CEO, all of that. They get to pick all of that. They're basically running it. And they're going to run a node too to process the blockchain, the Chronos blockchain. And Crypto.com is starting an AI company. called AI.com, which I reserved my handles. I forgot what they are, but when this goes, and this is live, some people are doing it like, not even beta testing. It's ready, but the general public hasn't got access to it yet. So I'm waiting. Oops. I'm waiting on my access. Demand is extremely high. You'll notify them. And this was since the Super Bowl last year. What is that, November, October? I don't know. But they did lowercase. We don't do lowercase AI. Um, oh, they do because they did. That's their brand. Oh, that's tight. So this is crypto.com. Bought the domain AI.com. Baller. They got offered like, I don't know how much, like tons of money to sell that domain. They're like, nope. We're building a perpetual motion energy machine with Trump. We can't sell it. That's not what they said, but that's what I say they said. So, yep. So, crypto.com is starting an AI company called AI.com, and it's lowercase. I capitalized it. So, and then, so this is all just bullet points again. So, Trump's sons, Eric Don Jr., Barron, they started a Bitcoin treasury called ABTC, American Bitcoin. And it's currently, they mine Bitcoin and they get it below spot price. I think they were saying 50% lower than spot, something ridiculous. So currently, ABTC is the 16th biggest Bitcoin treasury, with TMTG as the 13th biggest. So right now they're not connected. Just it's the same family running these separate companies. No connection as of yet. So that's just the lay of the land, and there's way more than this. Like, I'm going to go into more detail later, but this is just the broad strokes that I just had to write down so I could just start organizing my mind on, holy shit, this is what's happening. So here's what I see. So this is the trajectory I see when the puzzle pieces I put together. I'm like, huh, that looks like a picture. So this right now is just basically not hearsay, but conjecture. This is my hypothesis. But all the puzzle pieces are there. I'm just putting them together in the way I see. It might not be real, but this is what I see. So here's what I see. American Bitcoin, Barron, Don Jr., Eric will merge with DJT, which is TMTG right here, and then Devin Nunes and all that. And right at this point, when they merge, True Social will be its own entity called SpinCo. So True Social will not be part of TAE and TMTG's merger, which will be the biggest fusion energy company in the world very soon. And they will combine their BTC. This will make them a top 10, maybe even top 5 crypto treasury. I mean, I don't know how to do the math on that. I mean, you could just add the amount of Bitcoin together and see how much it is. Let's do it. All right. You know what? I want to try something. Combine ABTC and GMTG. The media group announced plans and made to raise funds to acquire Bitcoin. That's not true. All right, let me write this down. Let's go. So AB, I'm doing this live just because I'm gonna 5. I'm writing on a roll of toilet paper. 509. I'm not in the bathroom. I just had toilet paper to blow my nose. 5098. But that'd be cool to have a computer in your bathroom, which now I want one. Oh, now plans in May 2020 to raise funds. Um, oh my God. We'll figure this out. There it is. Whoa! 9, 5, 4, 2. All right. Let's do some quick podcast math. It's so weird. Why am I doing that online? I got a calculator. And I could add. I know how to math. But it's weird. You can't do math is so much harder for me on podcasting time thing. Whatever. 14640. All right. Meow. Let's check it out. All right, before I hit enter, what do you guys think? Definitely top 10. Or do you think top 5? I'm going to go top 5. I'm going to say 4, 5, 6, somewhere around there. Let's go. Stupid. Give me a list, you dumb jerks. Okay, here we are. 21 Capital. Wait. Oh, yeah, 21. 21 Capital is XXI. Whatever. Trump's the 13th. Oh, they got Trump on the 15th here at 9542. Okay. I should have just went here first. Whatever. And then American Bitcoin 75. Whoa. Let's use that number because it's higher. Because they're accumulating 24/7. So, all right. 7500. And then we'll use Trump's. Trump Media plus 9542. We're going 17. My chickens are about to go nuts. I might have to stop right after this for a second. I won't cut the broadcast, but it puts them exactly. Motherfucker, just stop. What? Just stop, okay? All right, folks, sorry about that. It's humid as hell here, and it's what, 8 in the morning? I had my windows open last night, and it's just getting, I'm like sweating at 8 in the morning. So I had to close the windows. So, if whatever the heck I'm seeing and thinking and this talking about is true, they're going to flip Coinbase and keep rising. Excuse me. And there's some other things. Hut 8, they're in with ABTC. I don't know if, like, I don't think they merged. I think they just, supplied the equipment. But if they merge with ABTC, Trump merge, or if they merge with TMTG, uh, ABTC merges with this, that's an extra 10. So that would be 27. That would put us at number 8. But right now, if ABTC and TMTG merge, which is the 15th and the 18th, if they merge, they flip Coinbase, knock Coinbase out of the top 10, and they're in. And then all they have to do is get a couple thousand or 2,000 more, and they're above Strive. So, and they're mining like crazy. So I see American Bit. Shut up, please. American Bitcoin Corporation and TMTG combining, and that'll be 17,042 Bitcoin, and that'll put them at number 10. All right, so that's cool to know. Back to the perpetual motion energy machine. And this will put them in the top 10. ABTC, here's the key that I see. Will switch from Bitcoin mining to which AI.com, remember that, to AI compute under TMTG. Once they merge with TMTG, combine their Bitcoin, they will switch over to AI compute. They will be running compute for the AI agents, which, remember this term, agentic economy. This is a side note. This is a whole broadcast itself. But the agentic economy, where we're looking at domestic product and market cap and all that, it will be unlocked. Production will go to infinity. Because right now production is determined in like how much can a human do per hour or whatever. Once you get AI agents on it, you could spin up 1,000 AI agents, and the production goes literally, approaches infinity. That's going to take some power to do. The cost is power. Whoops, I just jumped ahead again. So compute under TMTG. ABCC will merge with TMTG, and they'll stop mining Bitcoin, and they'll go to AI compute. Come on, baby. Just give me 10 minutes. Okay? So, and remember, TMTG is merging with TAE Energies to become one of the biggest, if not the biggest, energy company. Damn it. Every morning she starts screaming. She wants to go out early. I'm like, well, it's still dark and what? All right, I got to take him out. Bye. What? Shut up. Every morning, shut up. Come here. All right, folks. Sorry about that. New rule: get the chickens outside before you podcast. I think I already had that rule. I just forgot today because I was excited about this. It is ugly outside. Like, I am drenched in sweat. It's so gross, and it's 8 a.m. It's like, hot, 80 or I don't know what temperature, but it's just what we call muggy and just humid and foggy out. Oh, it's so gross. So, fusion power to blaze a path towards America's AI dominance. Oh, they called it. So I'm not even putting puzzle pieces together. I'm just like, what if there's just no mystery and everybody knows this? They just never told me, and everyone's like, yeah, duh, bro. But I don't think anybody knows this because I was seeing social media posts, breaking news. They're going to Trump Media Technology Group's merging with TAE Technology. I'm like, that's not breaking. they've been talking about it for a year, yeah, or a couple months at least 6 months. I think more than that. So combined company expects to site and commence construction of the first utility scale fusion power plant this year, and I bet you they're already doing it. So they're building a new power plant. I'm going to skip that for a second to accelerate the path to power. The transaction will combine the strength of TMTG's strong balance sheet with TAE's leading technologies. You know what? I'm going to copy this. And send it to people I love. And then how do I send a link? I don't know how to do things. I don't. Okay. TMTG. All right. The transaction will combine the strength of TMTG's strong balance sheet with TAE's leading technology. As part of the transaction, TMTG has agreed to provide $200 million of cash to TAE at signing and an additional $100 million available upon initial filing of the S4. Which I don't know if they filed their S4, which I should look up. I know TMTG has a bunch of S4s filed right now, at least 3, but for MCGA and for other things. What were the other ones? MCGA. Maybe just that one. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of it right now. Maybe less than 3. Is poised for commercial application. So they're going live with Fusion. Combined company to be governed by experienced manager board. Devin Nunes, don't know this guy, and CEO director plan to serve as co-CEOs. Combined company. Okay. Big Sky Partners is expected to be named chairman. Built uncancelable infrastructure to secure free expression online. That's Truth Social. That's going to be carved out of TMTG and become its own entity called Spinco, and I'll show you the juice on that. Let me just go there really quick. Scanning. No. Scanning. Ooh, this one's juicy. All right, I gotta go there later. Here, I was already there. Spinco. Following the closing of the previously announced pending merger transaction between TMTG and TAE. And this we're thinking about it. It's just billions and billions and billions of dollars, but we're thinking about it. Hey, Davey. In this contemplated transaction, shares of Spinco would be distributed to shareholders of record of TMTG from prior to the closing of the merger. From prior to the closing of the merger of TAE, and thereafter Spinco will merge with Texas Ventures 2. That's the SPAC, SPAC, special purpose acquisition corporation or company, whatever. So TMTG is merging with TAE, and they're gonna spin off True Social to its own entity, which is called Spinco, and that'll be traded on the Nasdaq, and they'll give you a share of Spinco for every share of TMTG, which the ticker is DJT, that you have. Previously, prior to the closing of the merger. So they want True Social off the balance sheets before the closing of this. So that basically tells us the Trump Media Group TAE merger won't happen until you have your share of spinoff. or Spinco. So once you get your share of Spinco, that's the countdown to the TAE merger with TMTG because of this prior. Come on, just give me the not every other thing except the one I want. The one I want. Computers is dumb. All right, so TAA businesses, along with certain of TMTG's existing businesses and assets, would remain with the current public company following the completion of the spinoff. Certain. So, I mean, they're clever. So, what if that takes? Because True Social sold some assets, sold some bitcoins. I was like, True Social doesn't hold Bitcoin. They didn't sell. Sorry, True Social moved Bitcoin to the exchanges that it held. It moved it to the exchanges. Didn't sell it. That's my bad. Uh, so now, who did the deal? I think it was TMTG. Yeah, it's TMTG. So I think they're like moving and jostling and positioning the balance sheets to get TMTG and TAE kind of like alone, but they want Bitcoin on the balance sheets, and I'll show you why I think that's true later. And now they're moving TMTG off, and I wonder if that's going to isolate MCGA as well, because well, TMTG is going to be monetized just like XPay or X Money or whatever is going to be monetized. It's going to be a treasury in its own, like a banking system in its own, and so TMTG has a Bitcoin balance already, and they're going to use Flare to do borrow, lend, and staking. So they're going to be actively managed, generating wealth and yield. So I wonder if TMTG Spinco is actually going to be the ones uh, that are dealing with MCGA and that whole treasury, because along with certain of TMTG's existing businesses and assets. So not just True Social, but other things could leave the balance sheet. So that's just cool. But that's the juice. Let me get back to the spinoff. That's the juice. At least True Social, maybe some other things. And True Social holds a Bitcoin balance, and they're going to monetize it with Kronos. So let that be known. And Kronos is connected to AI.com, which is connected to Crypto.com, which is going to run their own node on MCGA when that goes live. And these are all ready. They're all built. They're just waiting on something. Let's go back to what I was talking about. So yeah, TMTG and TAE Fusion. How do you go over? Shut up. Are building a huge fusion power plant to run, and they said it. I can't believe that. To power AI. So it's not even a mystery. I'm not even there. It's not even a mystery. They're blazing a fusion power plant, building an entirely huge power plant to blaze AI. And so if Trump, the dad, is building a fusion power plant to secure energy security and AI dominance, AI compute, but they don't have a compute power, they're just the energy. And then Trump, the sons, Don Jr., Eric, and Barron, they built a Bitcoin company that could easily be transformed into an AI compute company, but it just takes tons of power to run AI compute. That's our issue. So the sons have the unlimited AI compute capabilities, but they need power. The dad has unlimited fusion energy, but needs AI compute infrastructure. Like, can you? I see a solution, right? So boom, and then is that it? One, two, three. The company. Okay, four. The DJT, which is the ticker for TMTG, Bitcoin Treasury will use Flare to actively manage, stake, borrow, lend in crypto reserves. That's clutch. So right now you can't. Bitcoin doesn't have proof of stake, but Flare is working on like what they did to XRP. They're gonna after they create a full stack of DeFi products for XRP, they're gonna move forward to Bitcoin, to Doge, to Shiba Inu, to everything just down the road. It'll take time. But so they're going to move on to Bitcoin. So now Bitcoin's going to be able to enter DeFi with Flare, with the help of Flare. So now they're huge. Like I showed, top 10. If ABTC and TMTG merge, they're going to have top 10 in the world Bitcoin treasury, which is now going to be able to generate yield through borrow, lend, and staking. That's passive income in the millions. So here's what we have passive income in the millions, like maybe even millions per month. We're talking a lot of zeros coming up. The agentic economy is going to uncap production, it's going to infinity. We're talking lots of zeros. Like, decimal, or we're talking lots of commas and zeros. This is quadrillions. Say that word. Say agentic economy and say quadrillions. So now let's build this perpetual motion machine. What are the parts? I went through all the major parts. Like each one of those obviously can be broken down billions of times, or into smaller and smaller parts. But let's build it. So you have a fusion energy company being built that's designed to provide energy for AI compute. And so you have the energy company, which is TMTG. I could have explained this a little better. And then you have ABTC, which is a Bitcoin mining company that will switch over to AI compute. So there's your AI compute. Here's Daddy with the fusion energy company. And what do they have? They have introduced Flare to have their crypto that they've been mining for the past couple years, and which is on the balance sheet of TMTG already. The DeFi yield pays for the energy fusion. So that's a circle that goes back to energy fusion. So the energy fusion is paid for, which runs the AI compute, and then it's a circle. And it just keeps going. It's perpetual motion. The appreciation of the asset, which is an asset, not a debt-based demon fiat note. I'd like saying demon better. Pays for the fusion energy, which gets pumped into the AI compute infrastructure that's already built, and then it's just passive income, or and then the passive income funds the energy. Bada boom, bada bing. It's just that simple. It's unlimited, perpetual, free AI compute. It pays for itself. The ecosystem is self-contained. It's self-perpetual. It's a perpetual motion machine, energy generation, yield generation, AI compute generation that all feed into each other until infinity. And you could replicate this on any planet you want, on any satellite, any moon, anywhere. You could replicate this. Energy is about to that's free energy. You could do this for AI compute. You could do this to power a city. You could do this for anything. Each home could have a mini treasury that provides passive income to pay for your power. That's free energy everywhere. This is a feedback mechanism. You could do it in your. Can you do it in your car? You make your car a passive yield generator. Like your car actually produces yield and money. That could happen. It's this. It's amazing. So that kind of like ended abruptly. Like it just blows my mind how simple this is. or not simple, but just this is what's happening. And people are complaining about stuff while the people that are not complaining are building the future. Which one do you want to be? I want to be the builder. I want to be the one that offers value to our intergalactic society, our intergalactic descendants. I want to be part of the solution, and I'm working hard to do it every day. Ooh, TAE has built and safely operated 5 fusion reactors and raised more than 1.3 billion in private capital to data from Google, Chevron, Goldman Sachs, NEA, and Visionary Family. Well, this is awesome. So TMTG, Trump Media and Technology Group, is going to be a massive energy producer, fusion energy producer. And his kids are a massive Bitcoin mining company already built and running for a year, maybe two. They'll switch over to AI compute. And then Flare will come along and offer DeFi access to their Bitcoin holdings, which will give them millions of dollars a month passive income, which will feed the fusion power, which will power the AI compute. I mean, that's the golden age, right? Do you see it? Like, that is the golden age. Here we are. And it's all happening right now. It's just amazing. And I'm watching it. And so this is the little chunk of the puzzle that I managed to put together, and they're not hiding it. It's they blaze a path forward towards America's AI dominance and energy security. Like eventually, we're gonna have like right now they have water heaters in your house that they use the heat energy to mine Bitcoin, or so every your energy, the heat byproduct, everything, your homes could actually start generating passive income for you. Like uh, abundance is here right now. The scarcity has been manufactured by demons, and they're human, but they just want to stop the average human from reaching their potential. That's the only reason society was set up. All the invisible walls and all this lack and disparity and poverty was set up intentionally to keep us from reaching our potential. And that time is over. We are the phoenix fire. We are rising. We're coming up from the ashes of poverty. Abundance is natural. Abundance is the default. This is how it happens. This is the nuts and bolts of how it happens. And it starts in your mind. So that's what I see. It's just that simple. It's an unlimited, perpetual, free AI compute. Everything feeds, it's the Ouroboros. Everything feeds into itself to keep this perpetual machine going, perpetual energy machine going. And so I'm going to stick with this and keep getting more granular, zooming in on each little piece. So I'm going to do, so this is my new series I just stumbled on this morning, or was that last night? Last night, and just kind of stumbled on it, and it's going to touch everything else, go into everything else, it's going to touch into Evernorth, all that. So I do this series, and I'll do my Sunday night series until the reverse carry trade unwinds. And then I don't know what. But this is it. This is what I see. And I think every corporation's going to do this. Every corporation's going to be a treasury that does passive yield to pay for their energy bills, and pay for their mortgage, and every company is going to be self-sustaining now. Every corporation is going to be a perpetual motion machine that pays for itself. Production's going to go to infinity. Uh, that means profit's going to go to infinity. That means abundance is going to be everywhere. All free, clean power. Like, here we are. This is us. This is how you get your high universal high income. This is how you get, and that's just the people behind the curve. Like, they're the ones that are going to get the high income. The rest of us ahead of the curve, we're not going to need that. We're going to be so far ahead of that in the technocracy, which I want a geneocracy, but I think that'll be after the technocracy. Which is a good book if you never read it. Genie. So the term geniac comes from the word genius, which describes a system. Yeah, that's a good book. It's designed to select for intelligence and compassion as the primary factors for governance. So right now we can't have a geniocracy because, believe it or not, the woke left are intelligent. Right now we're a liberal democracy, which is forever wars, which is poverty everywhere, which is all the bad things. So I'm looking for this intelligence and compassion. Suicidal empathy is not compassion. So that's a whole other topic, but I think we're going to go into a technocracy, which is going to weed out the liberal democracy, which will eventually go into a geniocracy. That's my take on it. Here we are. I hear birds being jerks. All right, we're out of here. Yeah, folks, let me know what you think. I think this is some cool shit. Abundance is natural. Remember that. All right, love you guys. Catch you later.